Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So it's pretty warm outside. 81 degrees already, an above average temperature. And the dew point, as we mentioned this earlier, has indeed cracked the 70-degree mark. We're at 73 now as a dew point temperature, which is pretty sticky for December. Relative humidity at 77%, and the wind's brisk out of the south, which is the reason for that high dew point, coming in at about 14. We can expect to see some breezy conditions over the next several days. We have a cold front approaching, a cool front I think we'll call it, and that's going to kind of kick up the wind speeds just a little bit. 83 degrees Wauchula, Mayaca, Arcadia, Northport coming in at 82, 83 degrees in Punta Gorda, 81 in Sarasota. Will actually, now it's a little higher than that. 82 degrees Lakewood Ranch, Bradenton, 79 degrees in Venice, 79 in Inglewood, and Longboat Key comes in at 75. So if we take a look at the satellite radar composite, you can see certainly a long stream of rain showers stretching all up into down east Maine. Some of the heavier rainfall now approaching the coastline of the mid-Atlantic. We'll see these showers continue to progress southward through the state of Florida. Right now producing some moderate to light rainfall across the panhandle of the state. The actual peninsula itself will start to get involved here before too terribly long. This nice south wind too may bring up a few scattered showers today from the south. That'll be the best shot at the rainfall. And then tomorrow, some of those northern showers will be approaching by about dawn. So our rain chance spiking tomorrow at about 40%, probably maxing out as that front sticks down to our south at about 50 to 60%. But for today, I think probably a 20% chance will do it. Right now, everything is pretty quiet across the Suncoast. If you look at the temperature structure, and the reason I call this a cool front and not a cold front is because, yes, there is some cold air across the nation. 37 degrees in Kansas City, 40 St. Louis, 31 Minneapolis, 29 in Billings. So there's cold air, but you'll notice that once you jump the front, we've got temperatures of 81 degrees in Sarasota. Warmest spot in the country is the state of Florida right now. And if you'll notice the upper level wind patterns, there's a pretty steep slope from north to south along the jet stream activity in parts of the eastern third of the country. But if you go back toward the tail end of this jet stream, it tends to be more of an east-west kind of motion. And that is an indication that the tail end of this frontal boundary is in the process of slowing down, stalling out. The cold air not sinking south so much as drifting toward the east. And we do have, indeed, some snow showers that are occurring up in the northeastern tier. The low pressure area itself is beginning to fall apart just a little bit so that the tail end of this front is going to stall out. It's going to stick in South Florida for several days in a row. In fact, it may even start to lift north on Friday as a bit of a warm front. And when that happens, we'll probably increase our rain chances to about 60% or so. More clouds around, an isolated shower today, about 20% chance as I mentioned, and a little bit cooler, a couple of degrees, mostly because of the extra cloud cover around. Watch the RPM computer model, put it into motion. The showers sink south, and then we get a few thunderstorms around perhaps Thursday evening into Friday. The system lifts slightly back north as a warm front, and we have gathering thunderstorm activity that could influence us into the weekend, it looks like. So we'll keep the rain chances up there. Forecast calls for breezy conditions. Boaters, pay attention to these wind speeds over the course of the next 48 hours. Southeast wind coming in at about 10, shifting to the southwest tonight, lightening up just a little bit tonight, but I think the weekend will be kind of breezy. Temperatures dropping a little bit as winds shift to the northeast. And then on Sunday, I think we'll clear out just a little bit. Another colder front will approach as we head into Tuesday. That will knock our temperatures down a bit. Back to you, Scott.